So what we did in this exercise is that we are using data that we have gathered for years, and we are also using some new data, and those are more or less our main research techniques: participant observation, lots of interviews, and we have been really lucky because we have been able to record it and then have really good transcripts of the interviews and then analyze them. We have conducted surveys and workshops with different people. Oh. This is more a table just showing more or less like the kind of people we've been working a lot with, the ejidos, with some landless communities, with the tourist industry. We started in 2002 doing some interviews, a survey. The things there is that those data, some of those data have been published already. And this year we conducted a survey with tourists, and we have also conducted some focal groups in a technical high school that is offering now some capacity, some training in tourism administration. And those are more. We have been working a lot with this concept framework of ecosystem services. So this is what we have. This is we have been like going into different databases and using Google Earth and things. That's what we have in the coast. This, I mean, there's lots of private houses and mansions. And just if you wanted to know, and if you're interested, the prices for mansions are $28 in that area. And we should say that the first like 3 categories are owned mainly by foreign people. And the Mexican offer is like more like the 3-star hotels and the hostels and houses. And most of this offer is concentrated in the Careyes area. We counted 130 swimming pools. And one important thing is that all this offer has been built in a period of about 40 years. And we have counted less or not more than 1,000 rooms. That's the offer. Then, just recently, we have here at least 3 projects that have been presented to the environmental authorities to do more tourism of this very exclusive thing. But they're really like, it's 4 times or more the number of rooms already existing in the place. They want to build these golf courses things, you know, and in this one they have this conservation area, and well, that's the sort of investments they are talking about. The university, we have been asked in the 2 cases by the environmental authorities to revise these projects and to make reports, and so we have created like huge reports talking about the ecological impact of these projects and also the social impacts. And one of the main problems is water consumption, because we said it's a dry place, it's a dry forest. Okay. Now going to our exercise about ecosystem services in the tourist industry. First, we try to identify which ecosystem services are like supporting this industry. So, and we are arguing these are common ecosystem services. First, they are like the supporting services, as I said. In this place, it's like the marine ecosystems and the terrestrial ecosystems, and also the wetlands. Then we have cultural ecosystem services. All this is based on our findings, or on what we found in the interviews and so on. So it's cultural services such as tranquility, recreation. That's why people come to the place to visit. Then in terms of regulating services, and those are of course the width of the arbors and things go with the importance as we think. So climate regulation is very important, water regulation is very important, and there are some other services. And then finally we have like provisioning services, and again water is like the main service that is supporting this industry. Then from this list what we did is create these tables, you know, where we try, we identify like the ecosystem service, and then try to see what's behind in terms of the supporting the components and processes in the ecosystem that support the service, and then to explicit the benefits to human, and then to identify the stakeholders. For example, this is landscape aesthetic appreciation. You know, the maintenance of habitat is what supports the service. That's what it gives to people, and those are, again, and in terms of different importances, the stakeholders, the tourist industry, the tourists, and the local people. So we did that with cultural services, with regulation services, for instance, water treatment that is based on biochemical processes in the sea and the terrestrial ecosystems, and that's what gives people, you know, access to cleaning, cleans the water and sewages and processing of wastes and trash and all that. And in terms of provision, well, water support, again, has to do with a watershed health functioning, and it gives the tourist industry lots of things, you know, swimming pool, showers, irrigation, so on, and to locals lots of domestic uses, and also water for productive activities, agriculture and cattle grazing. Then, this is my complicated table that I'm trying to explain. What we did here, and we did this after like several exercises, we produced like several tables. We try to use what we know, those criteria and categories I think we all know from the books from Ostrom and other people. And when we try to put our list of ecosystem services into the 4 categories there, where we have like common pool goods and the main, the important category for all of us. The only like provision in ecosystem services like tangible such as water, food, goods, plant ornaments, we can easily put them there. And then when we had this thing about animals used as tourist attraction, and particularly parrots, they are quite widely used in the area. We thought we could put them as club or toy goods, because they are, you know, like easy to, if they belong to the hotel, they are easy to exclude people to use them, but they are not rivalrous in consumption. People just look at them, they don't eat them. But then with the rest of the services, we thought it would be good to create some of the categories in terms of subtractability and exclusion. So in terms of subtractability, we added one category, which is depending on carrying capacity. This is coming a lot from the literature in tourism. They are talking a lot about carrying capacity in tourism. And in terms of exclusion, we added this one, that it's impossible to exclude. And we think, this is a proposal, that, for instance, cultural ecosystem service like landscape aesthetic appreciation in open places, it's non-subtractable, but it's impossible that you exclude people from enjoying a landscape. Then the same goes with regulatory services such as climate regulation, water regulation, soil formation. You cannot exclude others to get benefits from such services. Then we have these cultural services, which are more or less the same, but we find like different situations. When we're talking about private closed places, such as a hotel, you can maybe think that it's easy to exclude someone because you own the hotel, you are in the hotel, it's a private place. But its enjoyment depends upon the carrying capacity. So swimming in a swimming pool inside a hotel, you can easily exclude others, but if you're going to enjoy it, depends if it's really crowded or it's more or less like nice, not that crowded, that kind of. On the other hand, we have this thing